Hello, Fish Ed friends, Joe here. So today, while I was out and about, I stopped at PetSmart and I picked up a top fin pack of dwarf hairgrass. I'm gonna give this a shot in my tank. Um, this pack was, I believe, $11, and you get a pretty good sized portion. You can see it's several inches long. It looks nice and healthy. When you go there to pick out your plants, just check them out, really inspect the packages, because a lot of times their plants just rot away on their shelf. So I've had pretty good luck with the top fin plants, and I just kind of want a lawn of something like this in my tank. I think it'll look super cool. So what you need to do with this is a tissue culture. Now that I have it out of the pack, I'm going to rinse it out. You can kind of see there's some chunks of gel and just the planting medium that it was, or I'm sorry, the rooting media that it was grown in. You got to rinse that all out, and I'm going to kind of break it up, cut it into some smaller pieces. Once I get that done, I'll show you guys what it looks like, and I will try to get some footage of it in my tank. I'm going to do a kind of a rescape on it, give it a good cleaning, and yeah, I'll go from there. So I will check back in with you guys a little later. Alright, so I started separating these. The whole portion kind of peeled into two halves. So here's one half. This isn't going quite as I expected. I don't know if I'm doing it fine or if I'm doing it wrong. I'm kind of peeling it apart and it's coming into chunks like this. Let's see if I can focus on that. There we go. There is a lot of brown clumping. There's a lot of brown clumping kind of down in there. And I peeled some of those apart a little more and I get clumps like this. Kind of focus. There is, a root on there, so I don't know if that's all I need for that, or I don't really know if I need to plant these clumps. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. Still trying to get into this, figure out the best way to do it. I started off just by kind of peeling what I could, and that's when I started getting little pieces like this, and some pieces here I need to kind of clean up a little more. Some of it's just kind of, as I'm separating it, this is kind of what I'm getting. And I tried just peeling some apart. I did cut this little section off, so I had a smaller portion to peel apart. Yeah, so it's going okay. I'm sure I'm doing it just fine. I'm sure this stuff will be okay. Or I could be doing this completely wrong. I'm not real sure, to be honest, but that's part of the game, experimenting and seeing what works. So I'll check back in a little bit, guys. Alright, so this is what I'm kind of going with here. I tried different methods of getting the stuff apart. Ultimately, I'm sure it's all fine. Like I was saying, I split the initial piece in half, kind of tried different things, peeling it apart little by little. I got, just tiny little sections like this. That was just getting messy, and I just felt like that wasn't the best, so I did cut just some clumps. There's plenty of, sorry about the focus, there we go. Plenty of roots on there, we'll see what takes. I'm just going to plant the whole clump like that. I have other clumps where I did the same thing, but I kind of spread them out. I'm kind of curious. I just want to do a little experimenting, see what grows best. If you guys have any advice, better way I should have done this, or any information on dwarf hairgrass, I watched some videos and did a little research. And, I feel comfortable enough with what I learned and what I know to give it a try. I don't have terrible conditions for it, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, so I'm gonna get these things back in some water and go see how I can get them in. Alright, talk to you guys later. Alright, so here's one more quick look at my tank. before I add in the dwarf hairgrass. Got Java Fern Windelove, Anubias nana, some crypts, and there's the remnants of the other hairgrass that I got. Hopefully I have better luck with this one. Lots of catalpa leaves around, or catapa, sorry. Yeah, so I'm gonna get to work. Alright, quick update on my progress. We got several clumps in, going just fine. All sizes are going in alright. In this tank I have an undergravel filter, which I love a lot. The main problem is if you move anything, move the stones, it basically becomes a dirted tank. You can see all the debris that's been kicked up from me playing around in here. I do vacuum out loose stuff with water changes, but you know, I moved pretty much everything except for the pile of rocks and the crypts. So, you know, once I'm all done, I'll probably fill it up, and I might do another quick water change just to get out some extra excess muck. And this hair grass, it's a little messy to work with. You know, there's grass clippings all floating all over, so going okay. As far as design and layout, I like stuff just kind of randomly placed. It's the same way I did my gardens outside, is just kind of laid them out and decided if it looked okay, and didn't put much thought into it, and I'm really happy. So this is going, you know, I'm good with this so far, and we'll see what happens. Alright. Alright, so this is what I'm going to kind of roll with for now. I just gotta start filling it back up. I already have some plants loosening up. That's fine, I'll just pop them back in, no big deal. You can kind of see how much grass is floating around up at the top. I'll have to just scoop that out a little later on. So I'm gonna get to filling now.